I am not even going to pretend I have moved on from that season 4 ending because I absolutely have not. That mid-credit scene lived in my head rent-free for weeks, and just when I finally started to calm down, the season 5 news started pouring in. And now I am a complete mess all over again. Francesca is falling for someone she is probably not supposed to love. Eloise might actually be considering marriage, and there is a brand new Lady Whistledown stirring up trouble in the town. So no, I am not calm, and after you hear everything I am about to tell you, you will not be calm either. Let's start with Francesca because honestly, her story is the one keeping me up at night. Out of all the Bridgerton siblings, Francesca was always the quiet one, a little reserved, a little awkward at the edges, never quite as loud or dramatic as the rest of her family. And then she married John, and their love was this soft, steady, beautifully understated thing that felt completely different from every other romance the show had given us. It was not dramatic, it was not filled with tension and stolen glances and breathless arguments. It was just two people who genuinely understood each other. And that simplicity is exactly what made losing John so completely gutting. But then Michaela arrived, and everything Francesca thought she knew about herself started to quietly shift. We watched her open up in ways she never had before. She became more relaxed, more playful, more herself. And a huge part of that transformation was because of Michaela. Now, here's the thing that really gets me. Michaela is John's cousin, so Francesca is not just falling for someone new. She is falling for someone who is deeply tied to the man she lost, which makes this the most emotionally complicated love story the show has ever attempted. And then Michaela just left. No real goodbye, no explanation, nothing. When Francesca asked her to stay, she still walked away. And I genuinely believe she left because she felt guilty. Like getting close to Francesca was somehow a betrayal of John's memory. So she ran before things could go any further. Now, season 5 picks up right in the middle of all of that unfinished, unresolved, emotionally messy business. Francesca is a widow, re-entering the marriage mart. She is supposed to be smiling at eligible gentlemen and following all the rules the ton expects of her. But her heart is somewhere completely else. And here is what makes it even harder. Same-sex romance in the Bridgerton universe is still deeply taboo. The ton would not accept it. Society would not accept it. And Francesca, who has always been careful and a little uptight, is going to have to fight harder than any Bridgerton before her just to be honest about who she is and what she feels. The showrunners have confirmed that season 5 will continue to deal with grief and fertility, so this is not going to be a light or easy love story. It is going to be raw and emotional and deeply personal. And on top of everything, a brand new Lady Whistledown has apparently appeared in the ton, and the fan theories about who it could be are absolutely wild right now. The timing feels too deliberate to be a coincidence, and I have a feeling this new Whistledown mystery is going to be tangled right into Francesca's story in ways none of us are expecting. Now, let's talk about Eloise because she is one of my absolute favorites, and her potential arc might honestly be the most surprising thing season 5 gives us. Eloise has spent the entire series refusing to play by the rules. She hates the marriage mart. She has opinions about every man she has ever met, and those opinions are never good. She once considered herself a proud spinster and wore it like a badge of honor. And yet, here we are, genuinely wondering if Eloise Bridgerton is about to fall in love. In the books, she ends up with Sir Philip Crane, who was previously married to Marina. But the show has changed Marina's background. She was a Featherington here, not a Bridgerton cousin. So the path to Philip is going to look very different on screen. Here is what I think could happen. Eloise has been slowly, reluctantly warming up to the idea that marriage does not have to be a miserable experience. And I think season 5 is going to push that further by turning her into a matchmaker, which would actually make complete sense. Who better to find the perfect match for someone than the woman who has spent years pointing out every single flaw of every single man in London? Eloise would be frighteningly good at it, sharp, precise, completely no nonsense. And then the irony hits: while she is busy engineering love stories for everyone else, love quietly engineers itself for her. Maybe Philip, now a widower, reaches out asking for her help. Maybe it starts with letters, and maybe slowly, without either of them realizing it, they become each other's person. That is the kind of love story that would actually work for Eloise. Not loud, not dramatic, something that sneaks up on her before she even has a chance to fight it. Season 5 is expected to release in mid to late 2027, with filming beginning in early 2026. And honestly, after everything I just told you, I think this is shaping up to be the most emotionally complex and genuinely daring season Bridgerton has ever done. So whose story are you more excited for, Francesca or Eloise? Let me know, because I am dying to know where everyone stands on this.